Morning. Today is Valentine's Day, and if you were here, you would have gotten your free Valentine pencil from Mrs. Robertson. But if you're not, you're going to be doing this lovely worksheet. This is our bell work, and it's also our class work to help us review to get ready for our test. The test is Wednesday, and these are all things that are going to be on it. So we're going to get ready and do these problems now. And you do need to show things the way I'm showing them because that's what will be expected on the test. So I want to make sure you all know things. On the test and on this worksheet, you will be allowed to use a calculator. So my blue ones are disappearing. If you have a calculator, please bring it in for the test on Wednesday. Also, the formulas will be on the board. You don't have to memorize them, but you have to copy them down. Okay? So when you prepare for the test, I'm not going to require you to memorize the formulas, but you will have to know what formula to write down by each shape. Any questions on that? Okay, so in problem number 1, it's a parallelogram. What's the formula for a parallelogram? Area equals base times height. You could have written base times height equals A. That would be correct too. Then we do the substitution, or you write the equation. This is our base, and this is our height. Remember, the base doesn't always have to be the bottom. It's one of the parallel sides in a parallelogram. You know that if the top of a parallelogram is 6, the bottom is 6 too. Now, so the substitution or the equation will be A equals 4 times 6. And the answer is what for this class? 24. Now you have, whoops, I don't want to put it there. I want to put it here. A equals 24 centimeters what? Squared. So on the answer sheet, it's 24 centimeters squared. Now, if you don't want to put centimeters squared here, that's okay. But on the test, formula, equation or substitution, answer, and then answer with the correct label finally. Any questions on that? Everyone understand? The next shape. What shape is number 2? Triangle. If it says identify the shape, you tell the name of it, okay? So this is a triangle, and the formula is area equals base times height divided by 2. Everyone understand that? Now, if it's a multiple choice on the test, you could also choose area equals 1/2 base times height. So on the test, they might give you a multiple choice, and instead of this, they'll have that. This one's easier to work with, especially if you get to use a calculator. So now we do the substitution. Area equals, what's my base in this triangle? 10. What's the height? And don't forget to divide it by 2, okay? Now, I have a call from a teacher at the junior high, and I will be right back. I need to answer this. All right, well, thank you for being so polite for that interruption that we had. So what did you get for the answer for the area of the triangle in this shape? Owen?
30 feet squared.
30 feet squared is excellent. 6 times 10 is 60. Don't forget to divide it by 2, and it's 30. 30 feet squared. Any questions on that? Okay. The next shape is what? What type of a shape is that? It's a trapezoid, and the formula for a trapezoid is the height times B1 plus B2 divided by 2. Now, B1 and B2 are what lines in a trapezoid? They are the parallel lines, right, the lines that will not intersect. So the parallel lines in number 3 are this one and this one, correct? Those are our B's. So let's do our substitution. Area equals the height is 7 times 22 plus 10. It's a trapezoid. Divide it by 2. All right? then that will equal 7 times 32 divided by 2, right? So you have your calculator, which, here I have one. You take, now you can use it. After you add your bases, you can use your calculator. 7 times 32 is 224. And 224 divided by 2, did you get 112? So the answer is 112 what? Meters squared. Any questions? Did everyone get that? All right. The next problem. The formula is the formula for a triangle. I'm going to write it below the line. A equals base times height divided by 2. And here, our base is 6, the height is 4, divided by 2. What's the answer for that problem? Yes, Owen? 12. 12 inches squared. All of these are areas, so they're squared. Number 5. What's the name of the shape in number 5? A parallelogram. That's right. The formula is base times height. Does everyone have that written down? So A equals 5 times 8. And that is what? 40. 40 inches squared. You don't divide a parallelogram by 2, do you? Number 6 is a trapezoid. Area equals the height times the parallel sides. B1 plus B2. Divide it by 2. So, what's my height in this one, Devin? How tall is that shape? No, how tall? I'm substituting. How tall is it between the parallel lines? 7, that's right. And the parallel lines are 16 plus 8, and then we divide it by 2. So the area equals 7 times what? 24? Divided by 2. And 7 times 24 divided by 2 is what? 84. 84 meters squared. Any questions on that? Number 7, find the area of the figure shown below. There are 3, 4, 5, 10 ways to do this. I am going to do mine. I think I'm going to cut it this way. So I have rectangle A and I have rectangle B, right? So when you have a composite figure, that's what we call these, you find the area of each shape and add them together. This is what we were doing on Friday. Remember doing all these problems Friday? So I have the area of rectangle A and the area of rectangle B, and we're going to add them together. This is rectangle A, rectangle B. A is, now kids, always trace your sides to make sure you use the right numbers. This is 6 by 18. 6 by 18. So let's just do that. 6 times 18, and that equals 108. Now we're going to do B. This one is 4, but it's not 4 by 15, is it, kids? No, we have to figure out the length of that line. We know this is 4. How long is this line? Well, from here to here is 15. How far is it from here to here, class? 6. This is 6. 6 plus what is 15? 9. Very good. This is 9. So to find the area of B, it's 9 times 4. And that's 36. And we add them together 14, carry a 1. Did you get 144 feet squared? You are a great group of kids. Wonderful. All right, now we are on the back side and we're going to do these problems. In number 8, it's a rectangle minus the little triangle in the corner. Oh, no, it's not. Oh, it's frozen. It's recording, but on what you're seeing, there you go. Thank you for letting me know I had it frozen for you. So, it's the big rectangle minus the little triangle that was cut off. Okay? So, the formulas are on the board. The area of the rectangle will be the full sides. 10 times 8. All right? 10 times 8 equals 80. Now we have to find the dimensions of our triangle. And you kids are smart. If this distance is 5 and from here to here is 8, how far is it from here to here? 3. So you put a 3 there. If from here to here is 10 and this distance is 6, 4. 4 plus 6 is 10. So now we have the dimensions of our triangle. It will be 4 times 3 divided by 2. Did you all remember to divide it by 2? It's a triangle. 4 times 3 is 12. Divided by 2 is 6. Now we subtract. 80 minus 6 gives you the answer 74. 74 feet squared. Any questions on that? Does everyone agree that's the correct answer? Thumbs up? All right. Now number 9. Here we have, where they want to find the shaded region, we have a rectangle minus a parallelogram. Well, the dimensions of our rectangle, the full length is 15 and this is 6. So we're going to do 15 times 6. You don't divide it by 2 because it's a parallelogram or a rectangle. 15 times 6 is 90. Now we find the area of our parallelogram. Remember, it's base times height. Well, there are no mystery sides here. We can just do base times height. It's a parallelogram. 7 times 2 is 14. It's a cutout, so 90 minus 14 gives you the answer of 76. 76 centimeters squared. Are there any questions? Do you see that, kids? That's not hard, is it? Number 10. Find the missing piece. Let's put a little star by this. The triangle has a base of 35. Underline that. And I don't know if you can highlight it when you do the words or not. And an area of 819. What is the height? Well, on this problem here, I'm going to start by writing the formula for a triangle. Area equals base times height divided by 2, right? Now we're going to replace the values with what they have given us. We know that the base will be a 35. So I'm going to have 35. The area is 819. So I'm going to replace A with 819. We don't know what the height is. So 35 times something, and it's divided by 2. Okay. Now you kids were really good. It's been a few days since we've done this. This is a two-step equation. What's the first thing I have to get rid of on this? And how do you undo dividing by 2? Right. We're going to multiply both sides by 2. So write that on your paper. Now you'll have a calculator. Will this be hard with the calculator? No. That cancels that 2 out, right? So 2 times 118, or 819, 1,638. 1,638 equals 35 times the height. Now, what's the opposite of multiplying by 35? So we show division like this in algebra. Divide by 35. Now in your calculator, 1,638 divided by 35 equals, what did you get? What do you get when you use your calculators? Did you get? That's what I have, 46 and 8/10. So on my answer blank for number 10, it's 46 and 8/10. Now, it's a height. Will it be centimeters or centimeters squared since it's a height? Just centimeters. Remember, the base and the height are just centimeters. They become centimeters squared for area because centimeter times centimeter is centimeters squared. Any questions on that problem? Everyone's okay? All right, are we ready to do number 11? Okay, in number 11, it says find the area of the shape below in square units. Now I'm going to draw my line right here. I have here a rectangle and a trapezoid. Do you see that? So, do we add them together or do we subtract in this problem? Add them together. So, I'm going to do the area of a rectangle first just because it's easier. Rectangle plus the area of a trapezoid. Now this is a trapezoid because it only has one pair of parallel sides. This side is not parallel to that side, is it? No. All right. What are the dimensions of my rectangle? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it's 8 times the height. 1, 2, 3, 4. 8 times 4 is 32. Does everyone see how I got the area of the rectangle? Yes. Can you wait till we're done with this problem? Thank you. Now we're going to find the area of the trapezoid. Now, it's 1/2, so it's going to be the height of this trapezoid. The trapezoid's height is 1, 2, 3. The height is 3. B1 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So B1 equals 6. And this is going to be B2, and it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Everyone see that? So we're going to have the height 3 times 6 plus 5. It's a trapezoid divided by 2. All right? I'm going to solve it below. So that will equal 3 times 11 divided by 2. Does everyone agree? And what is 33 divided by 2? What do you? 16.5. Now, do we add these answers together or do I subtract them? Add them. So I'm just going to do that on my blank, on my line here by the answer. So I'm going to have 32 plus 16.5, which you, again, you could add it together. You get 48.5 units squared. Any questions on that? All right. Now, we have time for, let's go ahead and do 12 and 13. And then if there's time down here, I want to do another thing to number 11. Let's do number 12. A figure has vertices A at 1, 2. Over 1 up to, that is A. Over 2 up to 6, that is B. Over 4 up to 6, that is C. and over 6 up 2 is D. Okay? All right, we all see that shape? Graph the figure and classify it. What is this shape? Name that shape. Trapezoid, okay. So you write that on the blank. Everyone have that? Now we find the area. Well, the formula is height times B1 plus B2, and don't forget to divide it by 2. All right, let me do my dimensions. The base is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's B1. B2 is 2. And the height is the distance between those two. 1, 2, 3, 4. The height equals 4. Now we can find the area of that shape, right? So we have 4 times 5 plus 2 divided by 2. That'll be 4 times 7, which is 28. And 28 divided by 2 is what? 14 units squared, because area always has the little 2. Any questions? You doing okay? All right. Now let's do number 13. It says, a rectangle has vertices. Graph the figure and classify it, then find its area. Okay, I forgot to draw a blank there for that area. So over 2, up 3, that's W. Over 2, up 6, that is X. Over 7, up 6, that is Y. Over 7, up 3, that is Z. Well, this is what type of a shape? A rectangle. Okay. Now, besides area, we're going to add the word perimeter. So this is a rectangle. And I also want to find the perimeter. We'll talk about the difference between area and perimeter in just a moment. So, for the area, the length times width. The length is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. L equals 5, and the width equals 3. Hey kids, on a test, always double check. Sometimes your eyes will trick you. You think there are 6 and there's only 5. So always count them. And on the test, you can make the shapes bigger so you can see the squares better. Do that. Just make sure. So you do, I hate it whenever you do everything right, but you were off by 1 when you found the length. All right, so let's just make sure we do that. So the area is 5 times 3, which equals 15 units squared. Any questions on that? Okay, perimeter. What's the definition of perimeter? Add all sides. When you add all sides. Now, on this shape, we have 5 plus 3 plus 5 plus 3. Do you see that? So 5, we have 2 5s and we have 2 3s. And the answer is 16, and perimeter is just units, because it's how long is this line plus this line plus this line plus this line. Perimeter is 1 dimension. It's just units. Are there any questions, kids? Everyone okay with this? Don't lose this paper. Now, I'm not going to give you another paper today. What I want you to do is a quizzes for your homework. And I'm going to give it to you right now. So open up your Chromebook so you can at least get started on it. I want to make sure everyone in here is in this class. So, the quizzes link will be in your Google Classroom, students, for those of you that are not here today. Have a good day and happy Valentine's Day.